Good morning, students. I am Rakesh Kumar, your science teacher, and we are again meeting with the chapter 10 Refraction and Dispersion of Light. In this chapter, we have already discussed the uh, phenomena of refraction, cause of refraction, refractive indices, and the dispersion of light together with rainbow. We have also discussed the refraction through the rectangular glass slab and so on. Now, as I told in the previous class that in the next class we have to discuss the lenses. Now, what is lenses? So, lenses is a transparent media bounded by two surfaces out of which one is spherical. Here clearly written that a lens is a portion of transparent reflecting medium bounded by two surfaces. When both or one of these surfaces is spherical, so for a lens it is necessary that it is bounded by two surfaces out of which at least one is spherical, but in this level, means in our level, we have to study about the spherical lenses in which both the surfaces are spherical. For a spherical lens, the material by which the lens is formed must be transparent and its both surfaces are spherical for this level. If you go at higher level, then you may got the lenses in which only one is spherical. But at this stage, we have to study about such lenses which have the both surfaces spherical. Now, spherical lenses are of two types, concave lens and convex lens. As you know, concave mirror, convex mirror, so this name is according to the composition of the mirror. Here we have to learn the lens. So this definition means convex lens or concave lens is according to the composition or construction of the lens. So concave lens is the lens whose both surfaces are concave, like a cave, like the shallower in the middle. In this figure you see this is the concave lens, while convex lens means the lens for which the both surfaces are vex, means you can say thicker in middle and thinner at the ends. For convex lens, thicker in middle and thinner at the ends, while for concave lens, thicker at the ends and thinner at the middle. Now, as like the mirror, the lenses have some important terms. So, you have to discuss about the important terms related with the lenses. Here, center of curvature, radius of curvature, principal axis, and so many terms are here. So, at first see this figure. You know, lenses have the two spherical surfaces. So, these lenses are made from two spheres. Here, see in the figure, in first figure, this convex lens is made by the help of two spheres. As a result, they have the two spheres. So, the lenses are made from the two spheres. In this figure, the convex lens is made from the two spheres. These dotted lines shows the spheres, while in this figure, this concave lens is also made from the two spheres, and here again the dotted lines shows the two spheres. Now, first term is center of curvature. So, center of curvature is the center of the hollow sphere. See here, center of curvature. Center of curvature is the center of hollow sphere from which the lens is made of, or the center of the hollow sphere which helps in making in forming the lens. जिन स्फीयर्स की मदद से ये लेंस बना है, उस स्फीयर्स के सेंटर को हम सेंटर ऑफ कर्वेचर कहते हैं. As clear that the lens is made from the two spheres, so each lens have the two center of curvature. Here, see in the figure, this convex lens is made from this first sphere whose center is C1, and this second second surface is made from the second sphere whose center is C2. So C1 and C2 are the center of curvature of these lenses. Similarly, for this lens, C1 and C2 are also the center of curvature. So, when we summarize, then we can say the center of hollow sphere by which the lens is made of, taken off, or from which the lens is cut off is known as center of curvature. It is denoted by C1 and C2. Okay. Now second, principal axis. Radius of curvature. At first, center of curvature, after that radius of curvature. The radii of two spheres of which the lens is made of is known as radius of curvature. As we see here that the lens have two center of curvature, so but natural we get the two radius of curvature, so we call them radii of curvature. Why? Because radii is the plural of radius. Radius is a singular number, while the radii is the plural number. After that, we have to learn principal axis. The imaginary line which passes through the two centers of curvatures. Here you see this dotted line which passes through the C1 and C2, or joins the C1 and C2, is known as principal axis. Whenever we have to draw the image or study anything in lenses, then this play an important role in such activity. In fact, principal axis doesn't exist on the position. This is an imaginary line, but all the objects are assumed to be placed above the principal axis. This is a imaginary line. Now, next one is optical center. In fact, optical center is the geometrical center of the lens. Optical center is geometrical center of lens, as like the pole of the mirror. As we have already discussed for spherical mirrors, the geometrical center is known as pole, but in lenses or for lenses, the geometrical center is defined as the optical center. It is denoted by O. Now, one important fact is here which related with the optical center, that is, optical center is the point through which ray passes without any deviation. Besides the optical center, all the point present on the lens produces some deviation in the incident ray. Optical center is only point which produces no deviation in the rays. It means if you draw any ray or incident any ray or any ray is incident on the lens, then it must be deviated from its original path. But if the ray incident through the optical center, then there is no deviation in such ray. It means if ray incident through the optical center, then it passes in the straight path without any deviation. I am repeating again. If the ray incident through the optical center, then it passes in the straight path having no deviation. So, now next term is principal focus or focus and focal length. For this, you see the following figure first and figure second. At first, see the figure. Here, so many rays which are incident parallel to the principal axis on the convex lens, and also some here in second figure the parallel rays are incident on the concave lens. Now, what you observe, what you find here, that for the convex lens, these all rays passes through a fixed point F after refraction through the lens. I am repeating again. For convex lens, all the incident rays which are parallel to the principal axis passes through the focus after refraction through the lens. But in the case of concave lens, see this figure. These are the rays which are incident parallel to the principal axis. They diverge after refraction through this lens, and we feels that these diverged rays are coming or originating from this point F, which is given by the dotted line. So, here we found that the rays incident nearer and parallel to the principal axis meets at a point of the principal axis or appear to meet at a point of the principal axis after refraction through the lens. So, this point where they meet or appear to meet is known as principal focus of the lens. So if we have to define the principal focus of the lens or principal focus of the spherical lens, then I am telling the definition. The point on the principal axis where all the rays which are nearer and parallel to the principal axis meets really or appear to meet after refraction through the spherical lens. I am repeating again. The point on the principal axis where all the incident rays which are nearer and parallel to the principal axis meets really or appears to meet after refraction through the lens is known as principal focus of the spherical lens. Now note here, whenever it is asked that you have to write the principal focus or simply focus of the spherical lens, then you have to write meets really or appear to meet and draw these two images. But actually in convex lens rays meets really, while for concave lens the rays means refracted rays do not meet really, they appears to meet. So whenever it is asked that define the principal focus of the convex lens, then we write as follow. The point on the principal axis where all the rays which are nearer and parallel to the principal axis meets really after refraction through the lens is known as principal focus of the convex lens. I am repeating again. Principal focus of convex lens. The point on the principal axis where all the rays which are incident nearer and parallel to the principal axis meets really after refraction through the convex lens is known as principal focus of the convex lens. And you have to draw this first image of a convex lens. Now if it is asked that write down the principal focus of concave lens or define the principal focus of concave lens, then you have to write the point on the principal axis where all the incident rays which are nearer and parallel to the principal axis appear to diverge from after the refraction through the concave lens. See, this is the figure. Here all the rays which are incident nearer and parallel to the principal axis diverge after refraction through the lens, and they are appears to diverging from this point F. So this is the principal focus of the concave lens. So I think it is became clear that the principal focus, what is principal focus. Now next point is focal length. The distance of the principal focus from the optical center is known as focal length. I am repeating again, distance of the focus or principal focus from the optical center is known as focal length. Here optical center is denoted by O and principal focus is denoted by F. So distance from O to F or F to O is known as focal length. Now, first principal focus and second principal focus. So generally, it is a convention that rays incident from the left. So in convex lens, the left side first principal focal stay and the right side second principal focal stay. But in concave lenses, first focal length is a first principal focus is in the right side and second principal focus is in the left side. Actually, in fact, we differentiate first and second principal focus by this fact that in convex lens, the point where the rays meets really is known as second principal focus. In the case of concave lens, the point on the principal axis where the rays appear to diverge from is known as second principal focus. Now, so we have learned here that the terms related with the lenses, which are center of curvature, radius of curvature, optical center, principal axis, principal focus and focal length. Now we have to draw the images. For this, we have some special rays with the help of which we can draw the images. So, there are three important rays with the help of which we can draw the images. It is similar to the important rays for the spherical mirrors, but there is some correction. So let us try to understand these important rays. This is important for the ray diagram, means the image formation. Now, first, an incident ray parallel to the principal axis passes through the focus or principal focus after refraction through the convex lens, while the ray incident parallel to the principal axis passes through the lens. In the case of concave lens, actually it diverges in such a way that it appears to coming from the focus. So we can say, if a ray incident parallel to the principal axis on the convex lens, then it passes through the focus after refraction through the lens. See this figure. In this figure, this is a convex lens, this is the incident ray which passes through the focus after refraction through the lens. But in this figure, this is a concave lens, the ray is ray incident parallel to the principal axis as like to the convex lens, but it diverges, means goes in upward direction such that it appears to coming from the focus. So, dear student, if you have to draw the images with the help of concave lens or convex lens, then at first you draw a ray coming from the object which incident parallel to the principal axis, and after refraction through the lens it passes through the focus in the case of convex lens, and it diverges in such a way that it appear to coming from focus in the concave lens. So this is the first rule. Now second rule, an incident ray passing through the optical center of the lens goes undeviated from the lens. As I told earlier that optical center have a peculiar property, that is, if the ray incident through the optical center, then it goes in a straight path without any deviation. So see this second figure, a ray is coming from object, it passes through the optical center and it goes in the straight path. Similarly, in the concave lens also, the ray incident to the optical center, it goes in the straight path without any deviation. Now third one is incident ray passing through the principal focus must be directed in such a way that a ray incident through the principal focus or directed towards the focus must be parallel after refraction through the lens. If the ray passes through the focus or directed towards the focus, here in this figure for convex lens, the ray is incident through the focus, so it must be parallel after refraction. But in this image, means for concave lens, this incident ray is directed towards the focus, but it goes parallel to the principal axis after refraction through the lens. So these are the three important rays by which we can draw the images. Now, as we have the knowledge that how we can draw the images, so we can draw the images with the help of these three important rays, in which actually I am going to dictate the image formation by convex lens. So we have to take care of these three, which is I am repeating again: ray incident parallel to the principal axis passes through the focus, ray passes through the optical center, passes in the straight path without any deviation, and if the ray passes through the focus, means incident through the focus, then it must be parallel to the principal axis. So remember, first rule, if the ray incident parallel to the principal axis, it passes through the focus after refraction. Second one is, if the ray incident through the optical center, then it passes in a straight path without any deviation. And third, if the ray incident through the focus, then it must be parallel to the principal axis after refraction through the lens. Now we are in the position that we can draw the images, but I think near about 30 minutes is completed. Only 10 minutes are left for the today's class. So I think we will discuss the image formation in the next class. But here you may write some homework. Actually, this is not the homework according to me. This must be your hobby work, and which are you have to write. I am telling some questions. Define the center of curvature of a spherical lens. Define the radius of curvature of a spherical lens. Discuss the special property of the optical center. You know, a special property of the optical center is when a ray incident passes through the optical center, then it passes in the straight path without any deviation. And most important one is define the principal focus of a spherical lens. Next, define the principal focus of convex lens, and after that define the principal focus of concave lens. As I told earlier today, that whenever you have to write down the principal focus of a spherical lens, then you have to draw the both images of the page 178. I am at this page 178. So whenever you have to write the principal focus of a spherical lens, then you have to draw both the images and you have to write the rays meets really or appears to meet after the refraction from the spherical lens. But whenever you have to define only the principal focus of convex lens, then you write the point on the principal axis where all the rays which are incident nearer and parallel to the principal axis meets really after refraction through the convex lens, and you have to draw only this image. But whenever you have to define the principal focus of concave lens, then you have to draw this second image and you have to write the point on the principal axis where all the incident rays which are nearer and parallel to the principal axis appears to diverge from where appears to diverge after refraction through the lens. So in this way I am going to end this class. In next class we will discuss the image formation by convex lens and the concave lens, also some usage of convex and concave lens. So थैंक यू एंड गुड बाय. आज के लिए इतना काफ़ी है. धन्यवाद.